Hello, everybody. So this week I want to talk to you guys a little bit about keeping track of your tasks. I know it's not the most exciting or sexy thing when it comes to churches, but churches struggle and have a really hard time with keeping track of tasks. I remember when I was in missions, a lot of our tasks were actually on a whiteboard, like a shared whiteboard, and we just had like this list of tasks. Well, it's not really feasible or viable to do that anymore because half the time staff are not even in the office. They're out and about, which is great. It's good because they can actually go out and meet with people. They can do stuff, but also, they might be working from home. They might be, doing all their work from somewhere off-site, and they don't see those old physical kind of forms. And even when you do, like whether it's sticky notes, whether it's spreadsheets, whether it's like a good old-fashioned notepad, sometimes that stuff just falls through the cracks, and you don't have a great way of tracking and seeing, are people staying on top of this? Are they not staying on top of this? Are they getting the things done that need to be done? Especially those really important things like contacting your new members or visitors or things like that. Are they following up? Are they doing those things that they need to do? And that's where I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of Planner. Now, Microsoft Planner is part of that Microsoft 365 Business Premium and Business Basic donations that you would get with Microsoft's Tech for Social Impact program. So if you're a church, you should absolutely be part of that program. You should absolutely be getting all of those donations because they have just an immense amount of capabilities that you can use and leverage within your church to do just wild and radical things, all the way from no-code software development, like you can actually build your own apps and things like that, down to just these simple things like you enter somebody new in your church management system, and boom, you end up creating a new task within Planner. Let me show you what it kind of looks like and how you can kind of get started with Planner. So I'm going to jump over to my desktop here. All right. So as you can see on my desktop, this is the Microsoft 365 portal. Now, on the left, we have our usual Teams. Teams is where I'm going to take you guys to do this, but I do want to show you that Planner is available separately as an app. So you can find it here in the side. We're not going to go that route, though. I find it easier and makes more sense to kind of do it in a collaboration hub like Teams. So we're going to go into Teams because we want to train everybody to use Teams as our collaboration hub. I've actually got it open twice here. I'm going to close that one. Okay, so I'm just going to throw a new Planner tab within this team. And that'll make sense because then when I invite people into this team, they're going to be part of that plan. I can assign them to tasks and things. We're going to work with the all staff one. I've created an all staff before with you guys. This just has everybody in it. The very first step to creating a tasks or planner tab is to click on this little plus button. So hit the plus button, and as you can see, it's my most popular app is Tasks by Planner, and it's right up in the upper corner. That's the one that you want to pick. It looks kind of like a sheet with some list of things and a check mark. So click him, and it's going to ask you to create a new plan and name it. I'm just going to leave this one named Tasks. I'm not going to post to the channel about it, but we'll just go ahead and add it. All right, and this is what it looks like. By default, it's a Kanban board, and a Kanban board, you may have run into it with other software, but it will allow you to create buckets, and in the buckets you can create the tasks that you need to do. So here we have just a general to-do. We can also add different buckets, like let's create that visitor bucket. So there we have it. We've created a bucket called visitor. So I'm just going to kind of pretend like this is one that we're picking up visitors from our church management system or something like that. And it'll add a task, and we can give it a name. I might just name this one kind of after the person's name. So I'm going to name this Joe Smith. And I can set a due date. And I'm going to set the due date for Wednesday. I want them contacted by Wednesday. And I can tell them who I want to do it. And it can be more than one person. But generally, I find one person workable. Although you are able to see if somebody has finished a task or not. So you can kind of like go through and batch out tasks even when they're not necessarily assigned to you. So I'm going to throw myself in there. And like I said, you could throw anybody in there. I could throw Megan here in there. And now I just have to click Add Task. And there we have it. So we could click on Joe Smith here and we get more details on it. You can set the bucket that it's in. If you needed to change the bucket for some reason, you can change the priority of it. You can tell it this is an important one. You can tell it that you want to start this tomorrow. And so it needs to start tomorrow. It needs to be finished by Wednesday is what I could do there. You can add notes. You can create a checklist. You can put in attachments. You could do comments here and it will do a line of comments. But there you would have it. So you can create as many tasks as you need within each bucket, and that's how it works. What you'll be able to see is there is an actual tasks by planner tab out here on the left side of your screen. And it will show you all the different plans that you're part of and all the tasks that you have assigned to you. So you can jump down here to the tasks. And as you can see, I've got the Joe Smith task here. It can be kind of fun to see that there are different views. This is a list view. So instead of our Kanban board, this is the list. We've got the board, which is Kanban. Charts lets you see kind of a macro view. So if you're a senior pastor or something and you want to see some stats and see what's going on, this is one area and one way that you could see that people are getting stuff done and working along. And you could see what's completed, what's not. Schedule is a great one because schedule will show you when these things are supposed to take place. So if you're planning and getting ready for the Christmas party, if you're planning to get ready for Harvest Festival, Easter, things like that, and there's a few different things that you would need to get done and you need to assign them to different people, you can see it right here in a very simple and easy way. You can have all the different items kind of laid out so that you know when they're supposed to be completed and who they're supposed to be completed by. All right, so when a task is completed, real simple, it just gets clicked off as completed. And it would show up here. It's going to show up as green. If I was in the board, it's going to show up as a completed task under the completed tasks portion. I'll show you real quick how it looks when you combine it with the To-Do app. So here I have my company, and right here I've just created a quick one for video on using Planner, which is what we're doing right now. Now what's kind of cool is within the To-Do app, it's all synchronized. So you've got like your flagged email in here, you've got other types of tasks that may have been assigned for something else, but then your assigned to me tasks are those ones that come out of Planner. So they come out of Teams, they come out of Planner, and you will see them right here in To-Do. And if you were to click off on them because you finished them, what they're going to do is synchronize, and they're going to finish it off over here in Teams as well. Although you may have to click off and click back in. Yeah. So sometimes it'll cache those for a little while, but usually you'll see them kind of pop off on their own. And yeah, they'll just finish off as a completed task and you'll be able to see that it was done. All right, so that's Planner. Like I said, tons and tons of power there because it will actually work with all the rest of the Microsoft ecosystem. So if you're on those Tech for Social Impact donations, absolutely get in there and get working with Planner. Assign stuff to your staff and team members. Work with it, play with it. See what kind of works for you and for your church. What kind of tasks that you usually have. You know, if somebody needs to do the newsletter every week, assign them a task that does the newsletter. You can even, like I said, you can automate it so that you don't have to create the task for them, but it automatically generates the task every week. that works great. It prevents you from having work to do, and you can see when it gets done. All right, that's it for this week. I hope that you guys have been having an awesome week. Let me know if you have any questions about Planner or Microsoft Power apps or any of the Microsoft ecosystem and using it in your church down below. Also, like, subscribe, all that usual stuff. That's really helpful. Here on the sides, there should be some additional things that you can do. Click some additional videos and whatnot. I hope you guys have had a great week, and I will see you again next week.